Have you ever wondered how and why you fall in love or out of love for that matter? So much of what we feel is based on the chemical reactions in our brain. Today's going to be juicy. Let's talk about love, marriage, and chemistry. What's really going on in that brain of ours? Are humans even meant to be monogamous? I don't know, but grab your coffee and let's get candid about it. Welcome back, everybody.
Blast off. Here we go.
Another episode of Candidly with Coffee.
Yep.
You know what I realized? We don't introduce ourselves. And I listen to a lot of podcasts and they always say their names at the beginning of every episode. Maybe we should do that. Jeanine Escobar here.
Michael Escobar here.
Michael, huh?
Yes. I'm going one long name.
Oh, I've never called you Michael. I call you Mr. Escobar a lot, though.
Yeah.
Mr. Escobar.
Most people call me Mike. That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
I went with my long name.
You guys, this morning, Mr. Escobar had a meltdown.
Yeah, I did.
It was funny, actually.
I had a fembot moment.
He literally had a meltdown because he went to the donut shop and they didn't have a good variety.
No. What a time. I went at 6 and like half the case. So where's the rest of the stuff at, dude? The ones that we wanted weren't there. I said, no, I'm out of here.
Okay, but that's all fine and dandy. You left, you got upset, but when you came home, you were still angry.
I was.
You were so mad. I
wanted my fix, like a drug addict.
I know, that's what I said.
I'm an addict. I wanted my fix, my donut fix, man.
You guys, it was comical, honestly.
Hey, to my defense, it was for a reason, like 38 degrees out there. So I was like, I got to go back out there again, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's been cold. There's like a cold front that came in.
Hey, let the record show, I haven't missed no cold showers either. Been beasting.
I know, you're crazy.
2 days, I know.
I do have my little espresso here. I'm loving my espresso again. I forgot how like good and foamy it is.
Come on, man. You can't be drinking cold ass energy drinks in the winter. You need warmth.
Yeah, like right now it's a little chilly back here,
warmth.
so it's nice.
Got my decaf coffee.
I like your Christmas mug.
Yep.
Look at you in the spirit.
I know. I'm never in the spirit. Isn't that weird?
You are this year, though.
I am.
I feel like you are. I think it's because we did the candy cane lane.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
So we did have donuts. By the way, he did go back. And I had just one so far. And then I have one waiting for me.
Good for you. I'm done.
Delicious.
I went in. I had 3 in a row this morning.
Yeah.
Got my fix, though. I'm good.
Yeah.
Just like that. I probably won't need them for another month.
That's how, usually a once a month thing. When I need some, like just what did I need recently? McDonald's. I'm like, I need McDonald's.
Yes.
And then I was like, it's out of my system.
And it's crazy. People, and I'll post it. People are like, how's it possible you guys eat like that? We don't eat like that all the time. It's a treat. You fuel your body up. You fill this gas tank up, overfill it, and then you pull back to regular tomorrow. It's just fine. It goes back to normal.
Listen, I've been doing it for 26 years.
Yes.
It's just the way I roll. I like to have a cheat day. Yes, sometimes depending on what my goals are, my cheat day is more managed. Yes. But sometimes like once every few months, I have just like a balls to the walls day.
Yes.
But I've always pulled back. It's never been like a problem.
But no. As long as you pull back, that's the main thing.
Yeah. But today I just had one donut. I'm going to have one more. And then I'm going to have chicken tacos.
What'd you have at Luna?
Just fruit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I kept it chill. I just did a little fruit. And then I'm going to have chicken tacos and then chips and guac at...
Sounds good.
At the taco... Oh, we're going... I guess I should say that. We're going to San Francisco. But if you're watching my Vlogmas, then you know, because you already saw today play out in my Vlogmas Day 10. So if you're not already following, I just want to say, you guys, the support I've gotten on Vlogmas just like really warms my heart.
Day 10, huh? You're consistent on that.
Yeah,
thing.
but I feel like people are so nice about it. Like they're like really loving it. I'm like,
that's
really?
Cool.
This is just my life. Like it's real life. Like whatever is happening.
Your daily routine, your habits, what you do. People want to see how you roll because it gives them ideas, inspires them. You have to understand.
I'll tell you how I'm doing Vlogmas. I don't know how most people do it, but I'm truly doing it like it's just vlogging my days, however they go. I'm not doing certain things because it's Vlogmas. If that makes sense. I'm not like, we need to do this because it's Vlogmas.
It's very random, as I want to say. Not like planned out, spontaneous a lot of the times.
It literally is just whatever we're doing. So today we are going to San Francisco, so I will be vlogging that. So if you're listening to this podcast, you probably already watched us enjoy our cheat meal.
Yes, probably.
Yeah.
We're going to film it. You always do.
Yeah. Oh, man. I'm excited, though.
You film the donuts?
I did this morning.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're going to give people donut temptation. Like,
Yes.
why she do that to us?
I did. I love Saturday donuts. And I love that, like, I've reestablished my control. Remember when we gave up? It was in like July, I think. It was the beginning of my menopause weight loss journey. And we gave up donuts and chips.
Oh, yeah, we did for a while.
And
You're right.
Charles, go over there. No.
God, he wants to be in the mix.
I know. He's over here trying to get up here. And it really reset my control. I did feel, and I remember talking about it on here, that there was a time when menopause was in full swing that I lost my control. I felt like out of control with my eating at all times. Like I was wild.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to be wild. Not that I was, because I didn't remain wild, but I felt like my urges were intense.
That beast was like, feed me,
Yeah.
damn it. What do
Yeah.
we say? The fat kid inside, the fat girl? She's like, come on, feed me.
Yeah.
Let's eat. We all got him. I got him too.
I had a bunch of people comment on the short version, the clip from this podcast from the last episode where I talk about free weekends and how they're a bad idea. And I had a few people
Yes.
say, not for me. I do free weekends and I do just fine. Listen, if that is you, I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I'm jealous because it just means that you are, one, you're not that big of an eater.
Yep. Yeah, like elaborate. Free weekends. What are you eating in the free weekend? So you mean to tell me you're going from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, eating whatever you want, and Monday you're just fine on your weight? The scale's not going up? Because I don't believe that's
the
true.
the weight would go up, but I'm saying
Yeah.
over time they're losing. They're having a net negative. Over time, I've had people say, and I'm still losing. I believe that because a lot of people don't have a ravenous appetite. If
Yeah.
I did that, I would weigh 300 pounds. I just know myself.
You have a ravenous appetite, so do I.
And I truly believe that it's due to the way I was fed as a child.
Of course.
I was given this problem because my mom force fed.
Force feed.
Because she wanted me chubby. And so I had to eat she wanted me to eat all the time. And she would never say no. And she would always feed me because she had this obsession with being chubby.
I don't know if it was my metabolism or because I walked a lot or I was active in San Francisco, but I could easily put away 2 Big Macs, large fries, a soda, and like a sundae and apple pie and still be hungry as a teenager. How? I wasn't that big of a frame and nothing and burned it all off because I walked everywhere.
You did, but you walked
I
everywhere.
played basketball.
You were super active.
Yeah. I probably walked 20,000+ steps a day on a daily basis.
So I got my new tattoo. By now, you guys have seen it. I have long sleeves on right now, but I love it. I love the way it came out. I'm so happy with it. Like my expectations were exceeded. It
That's good.
literally looks 3D.
That's the best when expectations are exceeded.
Yes, especially for something so significant.
Especially a portrait. Portraits are hard to nail down.
Yeah. Yeah. He captured the essence of my mom so well.
The eyes, Chico.
Yeah. I love it. I love the movie. That's from the movie.
Yes.
American Me or Bound by Honor.
Scarface.
Oh, Scarface.
Eyes, Chico.
But so, yeah, I love that. No regrets there. I just have to go back for a touch up in 2 weeks. It was 3.5 hours, by the way, you guys. And I was a champ.
The pain didn't beat you down, huh?
No, the last 30 minutes was brutal.
Always the last 30 minutes are the hardest.
Because you're just so raw. Like I was
Yeah.
so raw.
Yeah. And already your adrenaline's already going away.
Yeah.
Everything's like settling down.
The
It's like,
first
all right.
hour, I had to stop myself from falling asleep because I was afraid I was going to fall asleep and then jolt.
Yeah.
So I would like drift off and then wake myself up.
Yeah, I fell asleep on this one. This koi dragon right here. It's crazy. I drifted off like nothing. I was like, wow.
I was telling Mike that there was this guy that I could see from where I was lying down and I could see him. And I was already like an hour in when he laid down. And the minute that he laid down, the guy was doing his back. So he's on his stomach. So I could see his face and he was clenching and like the whole time he looked like in agony. Like I wanted to say, dude,
You gotta take it and breathe out. Listen, I chatted from neck down.
Yeah.
Yes, it hurts.
But tensing up makes
No,
it worse.
I don't tense up. I make it a point to relax and breathe. I used to do that too. I'd like, nah, you don't want to tense up. Makes it worse.
Yeah. And then an hour,
Oh, painful. No, man, relax.
like an hour in, he cut it. Like he was only tattooed. He had a huge back piece. He could go as long as he wanted to see how. I'm assuming 2 hours. Usually a session would be 2 hours.
At least the minimum for
But
a back
he
piece.
was an hour. I'm like, really? Like he got this much colored in.
Bro, you're going to take 20 years to do your back piece.
It was hilarious, actually.
You tap her like a bitch.
I'm sorry, but I always feel like women just take it more like champs.
Always. I get jealous. I've been in the tattoo studio watching women just sitting there talking, happy-go-lucky. I'm like, I see a chick getting a foot tattoo on the bone. She's not even phased. Like, that does not feel good. Anytime it's on the bone, it hurts the worst. Women are champs when it comes to pain, for sure.
Yeah, I just think we inherently have a higher pain threshold.
Well, you guys create babies. You make us human beings. So, yeah.
Exactly. All right, you guys. So I think by now, if you are watching this and take a look at the subscriber count, it should say 25K.
Hey, let's go.
Yes. Thank you so much for everyone who has subscribed. And if you have not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, because ultimately my goal is to get the YouTube play button, and you have to get 100K subscribers for that.
And keep shooting those comments, man. We see it. We like it. It's all good. We love it.
I love the comments. Yeah. I answer every comment. Every morning I look up the comments on YouTube and I answer, because I appreciate people taking time out of their day and their lives to watch our videos and support our show. So I make sure that I read every comment and respond.
You want to know something about YouTube and comments? And I remember this from Joe Rogan's mouth. When he was doing YouTube, I don't know how many years ago when he was doing YouTube, but I remember no one used to comment back in the day. And all of a sudden YouTube, I guess, activated comments. And he used to think it was a weird thing, like, who comments on YouTube? Like, he used to think, like, Instagram was normal, Facebook, but he was like, who leaves comments on YouTube? Now it's a thing. Everybody leaves comments. Yeah. It's a whole thing. But it wasn't a thing before.
You get to know people in comments. Like, I know so many of you from YouTube comments and Instagram comments. Like, I know you by your Instagram names a lot of times. And sometimes it's interesting because you guys will have a different name on YouTube than you do on Instagram. And so every once in a while, you'll connect the dots for me. You'll be like, by the way, I'm such and such from Instagram. And I'm like, oh my God, I thought it was two different people.
I want to shout out my girl, Rhonda.
Yes.
Rhonda, I see you, Rhonda, right on on both. She comes on my page too.
And her dissertations has been like a supporter from the get-go. Yep. Like, just off the top of my head, I can think of so many supporters. What about Just a Sad Clown?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Love her. Very funny.
Cool.
Hazardish, I think her name is Sarah on YouTube, is another one. Viva L'Amour is another one.
Girl. Yep. Mm-hmm.
We just appreciate you guys. There's so many. Like, I can't even.
Lots.
I can't even.
And listen, we ever blow up or we have 1 million subscribers and followers, call it what you want, we're always going to remember y'all. I ain't going to get no big ass head over it. Like some of these influencers get big old heads, forget where they came from. Everybody starts at the bottom.
I know. That's very true. All right. Speaking of comments, we have a Hold My Coffee. You guys, I shared it already because it was so ridiculous that I had to put it on Instagram. By the way, if you're not already following us on Instagram, candidly_with_coffee. And this one comes to us from Empty Nest Mom 9290. And she said, good morning. Please don't act like you're doing anyone a favor when you know you're going to charge people for this information. Please be honest. You offer nothing for free.
You should have put what I wrote back to her.
She commented on my diet hacks video, which, by the way, last I checked, you could watch the video for free, where I literally give you tips,
gems
on how to diet and hack your diet and things like that. But in the video, I referenced that if you want to get a macro assessment done by me, I do macro assessments. Here, my link is in the description, whatnot. And I guess Miss Empty Nest Mom 9290 was upset when she clicked on the macro assessments and I had the audacity to charge her for the service.
Because we have to make a living because bills are free. What's her name? Empty Nest?
I know. Who's paying my bills, man?
And I piped back at her. I said, let me ask you something. I have a couple questions for you. Number one, do you work for free? Number two, do you go to the grocery store and expect to walk out of the grocery store not paying $1? And number three, if you have friends, if you're one of those that have friends that have businesses or are friends of our friends or something, do you expect free services from them too? I just feel like people feel like this entitlement. We're supposed to just, here you go, work for free. We have to make a living, you guys. You know what I'm saying? Life's not free. Guess what? The tax man's like, come on, pay up. You owe us money. So nothing's free.
Yeah, I just don't understand the mentality
Happens to me too.
Of someone who is upset by the fact that, like, I charge for the service.
So what are you talking about?
It's just, I just don't understand.
Yeah. People just think it's We're just, listen, we love helping people out. We love dropping gems. But at the same time, if you want to work with us, like hire us, yes, it costs money. Just like anywhere else. If you hire somebody, a mechanic to work on your car, it costs money. You hire an electrician to come to your house, fix electricity, it costs money. I'm hiring a garage door dude to come here to fix my garage today.
Yeah.
It costs money.
Yeah, like I don't get it. You recently had an interaction with someone, and it's honestly, sometimes it's worse when you know somebody.
You gave me good advice. No friends or family.
Yeah,
It's
like
just-
when
just-
you started coaching, I actually gave him that piece of
Yeah,
advice. I
I'm
said,
not
hey,
doing it. You're right.
don't work with friends and family. Now, I've worked with friends and family before, but over the past like maybe year and a half, if a friend or family member I usually like shy away from. It's just, it gets weird too when it comes with macros, or where they feel like they feel weird, or when it comes with weight loss, because then they feel weird if you see them eating, or
or they fall
think-
off.
or they think that you're like, I don't know, monitoring what they're doing. I don't know, but
Yeah,
it's just
they do
it's
get
an
weird.
awkward situation when
Great
you work
advice,
with
though. No
family
friends
and
or family.
friends. So
Yeah.
I think it's better. Like there's been times where you want to send someone's wife my way or whatever. I'm like, you know what? I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I got you. It's just, I feel it.
It's just difficult. But, and yeah, because you have to charge, and it's a service, okay?
Service.
It's not like a product where you can give a discount to somebody because you get it cheaper.
Yes.
Like I can't discount my time.
No.
That's where it's tricky. So I always feel awkward, like with family and stuff, because it's okay. I don't really have time for freebies because I'm so busy. I don't have time for myself sometimes to even work my own macros.
You don't have the bandwidth.
Yeah.
So they don't understand that. I think they think like we're just messing around on social media, posting. It takes time to do content. It takes time to do this.
It's all the stuff that you don't see. You just see the social media.
That's all they see.
You don't see the meal
Editing.
plans and the macros
Yes.
and the interactions with clients and
Yes.
checking on them and looking at their food logs. You don't see that because why would I show someone's stuff? But
exactly.
it's a grind for sure. So yes, I do have to charge for it. And matter of fact, the macro price is actually probably going up starting in January. So if you're thinking about getting a macro assessment, get it before January 1st.
Yep. Because look, what's the most important asset on planet Earth? I think 99% of people will go over their head on this one. Time. All the billionaires say time. You cannot get time back. Time is very valuable because guess what? The clock's going forward. It's not going backward. You can't get your time back. So time is the most valuable asset, but people don't value it enough.
No, I value my time so much that I get so upset when something happens that impacts my time.
Yeah, like the internet going out the other day. You were going crazy. You're about to have a blowout in your brain.
I know. I get
because it messes you up. You need to work. You're on a schedule. You're regimented. You need to get things done. Without no internet, it's crazy. Without no internet, we need it to do this.
Yeah,
edit
to do
videos.
anything.
Yep.
Anything that I do, I need internet. Like I had a couple of people saying, hey, I know you're busy, but I'm waiting for my macros. I'm like, okay, I know it sounds like BS, but I had zero internet for 24 hours and no apps. So the only thing that worked was texting.
Yep.
And the Starbucks around our house was packed with people.
Packed. So everybody's fighting for Wi-Fi.
Yeah, so I can't do, it cost me time.
See what I'm saying? Time is important, but people don't value it. Just like services. We value our services. I value my time and services.
Yeah.
If I'm too much for you or you can't afford me or whatever the case may be, then it's okay. Don't get mad at me for it.
But you know what? We had this discussion. I want to get into this a little bit because because I have helped family and friends or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's a problem when someone gets something and they don't pay for it.
Big problem.
They do not value the information when they have not invested any financial into it.
And you know what's crazy on that part? Might be a little off topic. But you pay a professor to go to college for his time to teach you. So you're paying us to teach you how to do these things. It takes time. You learn.
No, I get that, but you missed my point. Yes, you did go off topic. My point is, it's better for you, adherence-wise, to pay for it.
I get that.
Because you're going to be more likely to utilize it if you're paying for it. So, for example, if you do a 1 month coaching with me, it's $300. You're going to jump, you're going to spend $300 your meal. Oh man, I got to get into this. You're not going to dilly dally and wait 2 weeks before you get off your butt and start doing it, because you've missed out on the first 2 weeks of your program. You only got 2 weeks left. There's accountability factor.
Yes.
And that's actually one of the big reasons why programs work. They give you like a sense of urgency to soak up as much information as you can, because you want to get the value that you put into it out of it.
Exactly.
If you get something for free, you made a great example yesterday, actually. You're so right. If you buy something at a store, you're like, I want to wear it. I want to go home. I want to put it on.
Yes.
But if you get like a swag bag with a t-shirt in it and some stuff.
You go to an event or something that has swag bags.
Give it away. You give it away to
I
someone.
throw it away. I get it in my car shows all the time. Yeah, I just look at it and I don't want this.
But if you pay for something, you want to use it. You want to like open it up right away. It just it makes a big difference. So it also has an impact on whether or not you're going to be successful.
Yes.
So if you're not, and I always tell you this too, if anyone balks at the price, like I know I am worth more than I charge.
Way more.
I know what I teach is worth more, and the accountability factor and changing your life and changing your body, and it changes everything. But if you're not willing to pay, if you're not willing to invest in that, then you're not ready to get the value of my program anyway.
Yep.
I don't beg anybody. I don't cold DM people. Nope. I don't try to sell myself. I don't beg anybody for business, because people need to be ready to commit to get the most out of it. Because guess what? Just because you pay doesn't mean you're going to be successful at it. You have to pay, and then you have to be ready to listen and execute.
Same thing when I was a personal trainer, when I was doing it for a living for 24 hours. Just because you hire a trainer doesn't mean all of a sudden you're going to be in this miraculous shape and this and this and that. It takes work on your part. I'm just a tool to show you how to get there. That's all I was, a tool to push you, hold you accountable, and to get you there. I'm not with you 23 hours the rest of the day that we're not together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what people don't realize.
All right, work. You guys, moving on to Comment Corner. Kara Nieves, I don't know how to pronounce this. Sorry. 5630, cleaning my house, watching you, running up and down the stairs. Once again, consistency. You guys are killing it. I get a huge nugget every time I watch you guys.
Kara Nieves.
Nieves. There you
Latina.
go. On the last episode, we talked about you guys better be moving, and we got so many people that commented saying that they're moving. So congratulations, you guys. I'm very happy to hear that.
There you go.
Elizabeth Conley, 272, says, I came to work an hour early to walk and am enjoying listening to this podcast. Thanks for the motivation.
Hey, get it, girl.
And then Pretty Little Plant-Based says, walking on my new Nordic Track treadmill while listening. I do the same while watching shows or listening to podcasts. I make sure I'm moving. Totally made a difference in hitting my goals. Thank you for such a great podcast as always.
Hey, let's go.
Yes, I am a firm believer in like layering, like we talked about, but giving yourself like, okay, you want to scroll Instagram, then get on, then walk and scroll Instagram. Exactly. You want to listen to a podcast, you want to watch YouTube, then try to layer it with some activity so that it's not dead time, especially for the people that are claiming that they don't have time.
Oh, gotta love those. I don't have time. Okay, let me see your phone. Let me see how much time you spend on social media.
Because you have to make time for the things that are important to you, and you have to invest in the things that are important to you.
Exactly.
And you know what I really just want to hammer home as we get ready to close out in 2023, I don't think that you guys realize how investing in yourself and getting yourself right in health, internally and externally, how many ways it impacts your life.
Oh man, big time.
You are like firing on all cylinders.
Yes.
Like your
energy is radiating.
Yes, it really is. Like it really changes so much.
Yep. Your people are noticing, your friends, family, your bosses. You have a second gear at work. You'll be getting shit done. And you know that you want that job promotion, you got to put in the work. People are like, oh, okay.
I just think that it's become a buzzword lately over the past year or so, but personal development is critical.
It is.
And just because like you've got an 8 to 5 job and you're doing your thing and you're in your career and you think this is just my life, it doesn't have to be your life.
No.
you can have a totally different life.
Yes. Totally different.
You just have to decide, what is it that you want? What is it that you want with your life? Start thinking about it, because this is a great time of year to start thinking about your vision board and what you want to accomplish next year. And remember this, the sky is the limit. We talked about this. We're going to do a joint vision board this year because we have a lot of goals for our business.
Yep.
And the sky is the limit. Don't limit yourself.
No.
That it's I was just watching one of Mauricio's videos, and he talked about the scarcity mindset.
Yes.
Do not
People limit themselves so much.
Yeah, they do. They really do. And they don't value their worth.
Nope.
And what they're capable of. Like, I had someone reach out to me who's interested in maybe doing a career change, potentially coaching. And that's what I told her. If you want to do it, go for it.
Yeah, don't be scared.
Go for it. Like, you're never too old. It's never too late to have a totally different life. If you put your head down and work on something and really dedicate yourself to something, whether it's your body, a new job, a new skill, for 6 months to a year, and then lift your head up, you can come out of that a totally different person.
Yep.
And it could be the beginning of a totally different life.
Exactly. Totally different. I think a lot of people tap out, I'm this age, or this is just the way I'm going to look and feel. Like, nope, that's not true. You're just giving up in your own head.
No.
Don't tap out.
No, don't. I always used to say it's never too late to live a totally different life.
Never.
That was like my motto for a long time.
Yep.
All right, moving on. Let's talk about health as it pertains to like sex and libido. So I want to talk about that a little bit. I was thinking recently, how difficult is it to have sex if you're like really overweight or out of shape?
I'm going to imagine it's a little difficult because it takes a little bit of energy and effort. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you were overweight at one point. Do you have anything to share about that?
I don't know how I did it.
This is a little, I should have done a forewarning. This is going to be a little bit of a TMI episode.
It's good though.
But it's stuff
important to talk about.
Yeah, we need to talk about it because
couples, people need to hear this stuff.
Yeah, like, aren't you like afraid for someone's life? You know, if they're overweight, like they could have a heart attack or something.
And I was overweight, and I never thought about that. Never crossed my mind.
No, but you used to like sweat.
Sweat, yeah.
Sorry, guys, this is gonna be TMI.
Yeah, because I was packing on too much fat. I was packing on too much body fat, and you get hotter. When you get leaner, you get colder easier. But when you're overweight or carrying too much fluff.
Can I share what happened? Or is it too personal?
No, go ahead.
To share what I told you, remembered yesterday?
Go for it. I'm not afraid.
You guys, one time in the act, I said it like suddenly he went like dead weight. And I thought that, I was like, for a split second, I thought you had a heart attack. But then I heard you snore. I'm sorry.
Was I drunk?
I'm like, this just fell asleep.
I was drunk, probably. Drinking, loaded. See, those are the stupid days.
Loaded. But it made me, I remember for a split second thinking like that you died.
Some people, I don't know how many people do, but I've heard reports. I've heard of people who have died during sex.
Yeah.
Of heart attacks.
Oh my God, the loaded days. But it can't be healthy because your heart gets elevated.
Yes, it does.
And if you have, one of the leading causes of death is cardiac related.
Yeah.
And so if you have cardiac like disease of some sort, then you have to probably be careful because you can't elevate your heart rate.
And some of these men are popping Cialis like candy.
So my grandfather, my mom's father, had a heart attack, and the rumor is that because he used to take too much, what's it called?
Viagra?
Yeah. He took too much Viagra.
You're not supposed to as an older man, but these older dudes want to get it in, and they be popping way too many.
Yeah, he was like an older, my grandmother died when she was pretty young. She was only 59, so he was like getting it in with all these younger ladies, and he was taking a lot, because he died young. I want to say that he was 75. He had a heart attack.
From that?
They're saying he took a lot of Viagra.
Damn.
I don't know apparently it's not a good thing to do.
I feel like, honestly, not that the subject is fine. I feel like older women are starting to take a lot of Viagra or something too. These old women got their juices flowing again.
Is there a Viagra for women?
I don't know. I'm saying watching these shows with you and these older women and stuff that I seen out in public. Where these 70-some years all of a sudden getting this little juice of their, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like where are they getting that?
I thought you're done after a certain age, like you're retired, but
I guess not.
These men aren't either. They're
I
popping
don't know.
pills.
But you know what? Another thing I heard on Real Housewives of Miami, Larsa Pippen says that for 19 years of her marriage to Scottie Pippen, she had sex every single night, 5 times a night.
Cap, lying, bullshit.
That's not true.
Let me tell you, as
it's
a man,
impossible.
No, as a man, let me tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. As a man, if you do it twice, you're winning. You got to be like a super porn star. You don't have the juice in there, man, to go that many times. Sorry.
No, I just don't.
And not only
first
that,
of all,
not only that, every night. So it's not going to be enjoyable every night. That means, come on.
no,
Man.
you're going to get swollen and bruised.
Yes,
and
for
all
you guys,
the things.
both men too can get hurt.
No,
So
I
much.
think she's. Why does she lie though?
I don't
She's
know.
just a
Trying to
liar.
sound cool or something.
Come on,
Get
that's
outta here.
ridiculous.
Yeah, come
Who
on. Man.
wants to do that? It's great and all, but
Yeah,
who the frick would want to do that?
Every night, 4 or 5 times. Yeah, okay, Larsa. You're okay. Get out of here.
Oh my goodness.
Her Scotty would be dead unless he's popping Viagra every freaking night. He'd be dead.
Okay, so in this vein of this topic, I started thinking, like, is it because I started thinking about the chemistry, about how we are attracted to someone and what happens,
Yes.
what makes you attracted to them.
Fires off in our brain.
Yeah. So, and is love at first sight a thing? It's not really love at first sight. It's like chemical reaction at first sight.
Chemical reaction. No,
That's
love.
what happens.
I don't believe love. Love takes time. Emotions. Emotions got to connect.
Yeah,
It doesn't
so-
happen right then.
So
there.
when you first meet someone, your brain responds by releasing chemicals: dopamine, serotonin, and what's it called? Norepinephrine.
Norepinephrine. Yes.
Norepinephrine.
Wow.
That creates feelings of motivation, desire, pleasure, and arousal.
Wow.
So
yes.
if there is
Makes
a
sense.
connection, it's really those first few seconds that you talk to someone. It's body language and nonverbal and verbal. So body language plus nonverbal communication
Okay.
plus verbal communication that makes that connection that drives us to engage again in the future. And made me really think like about how when we first met. So basically that's what happened. It was
Yeah.
body language.
Yeah. Yep.
And then verbal connection
Yes.
because we were vibing.
Yes.
And then the nonverbal communication was the chemicals started to release.
Damn, that's true.
That's why you feel drawn to someone when you first meet them. And why there are some people that you get an instant gut response that's a no. So based
No.
on their body language, their
Yes.
verbal communication.
Attitude, yes.
And if the body language is off, that verbal interaction is off, then you will not release the good chemicals, you'll release the cortisol.
I told you that. Remember I said that? Like you have a resting bitch face and I didn't know you. I
Yeah.
didn't talk to you. I don't know what kind of person you were. And then that first interaction could have went all bad.
So what's happening at first sight and first interactions and the first initial stuff, that's all like the dopamine, all of that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's the adrenaline. It's not love. Love is
No.
when oxytocin is released. Oxytocin, and that comes after time. First, so that's why when people like sometimes at the beginning they're like, it's lust. It's because it's literally like a drug.
Yes.
It could be a drug for each other.
Yes.
But it doesn't become love until your body releases the oxytocin.
Yep. I learned that from you, oxytocin, with the animals.
So if things go well with this person that you had that initial chemical reaction with, if things go, you start spending more time with them, your brain responds by producing more chemicals. It's like your brain is saying, okay, I can approach this person again because the last interaction we had was good. This is actually very similar to the video that we just did on your YouTube channel. I'm actually going to link it right here.
Okay.
Talk about how you can meet someone in the gym.
Yeah.
Because we talk about this. So because that first interaction was good, a little bit of the chemicals released,
Yep.
then chances are you'll have another good reaction.
Yes.
And so forth. As you get to know that person, the mix of positive social cues and physical touch can cause your brain to release oxytocin. So oxytocin is a neurotransmitter that changes your brain to help you form bonds and leaves you with a sense of overwhelming contentment.
Wow.
So it takes time.
Of course.
It takes time
That's what
for
I always
that.
say.
And it has to do with, that's when like similarities and
Yes.
those types of things come in when you start to have like things in common.
Yep.
then you're increasing the chance of that oxytocin being released.
We just got somehow lucky that we're literally born 4 days apart with the same sign. That's weird. I'm a year older than you, but still exactly the same sign. So right there, it's huge in common.
Yeah.
We understand each other.
Exactly.
Both Aquariuses.
Exactly. So we connected on just like those commonalities right off the bat.
Yes.
And then as we spent time together, then it created that like emotional chemical bond.
Yes.
So like your brain is rewired so that then you have an emotional attachment. So once the oxytocin comes in, so when it's the other chemicals, they rise and fall quickly. So that's why like men we'd probably have to like do a little more research into this. I wonder if men, it's a little more difficult for their oxytocin to come into play.
I think so. Because I think like from what I've experienced, from my point of view, from a man, I was single for 4 years. I didn't release that oxytocin too much. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't get it till I started feeling for you, having feelings. Most of the women, it was just more like lust.
Yeah. You're an addict. You were probably getting off on all your dopamine, serotonin, and norepinephrine.
Yes. I'll be honest with you. I never looked at it that way, but you're right. Yeah, just chasing my own tail, like I said.
Yeah.
Till I finally settled down with you and like, all right, it's time to simmer it down and start pushing these away.
It's interesting though, so that you reinforce your bond and emotional connection by you can build chemistry. So what are the things that build chemistry? Laughter, spending time together, shared values and commonalities. That's why it's so important. That will help you build chemistry that lasts beyond that initial serotonin, dopamine rush. Because guess what? That fades. Goes away.
Yes, it does.
I'm sorry, but I don't think that when I'm sitting next to you right now, my norepinephrine and all of that.
We've been together a long time now. It's not the same as when you first meet.
That tank is empty. Now I'm relying on the oxytocin that we build because we have a strong emotional connection, shared values, and common interests.
Yep.
So it's important to know that because a lot of people, they chase that norepinephrine. They're chasing that feeling when their relationship, because their relation that goes away in the relationship with their, you're right, with serial cheaters, with their significant other, they're like, oh man, I don't feel it anymore. You don't feel it anymore because that's a normal progression of a chemical bond. It shifts to
That's crazy,
love.
Man. I never looked at it that way. I even thought about that. But you're right. It does. It just fades. At first, oh, wow, I'm feeling this chick. She's hot. And after a while, you start getting annoyed by the little things. And then you're like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Isn't it crazy?
Yes.
So guess what though? So it's important to have that, to build that strong emotional connection because that lusty dopamine dump doesn't last. Okay. It could come and go a lot in the beginning, but it will not last.
That excitement.
If you do not build the strong emotional connection based on commonalities and shared values, your relationship is going to hit the shitter. So
I'm going to say something here. Let me see how I'm going to say this.
I'm scared.
I'm going to say this. This is coming from a lot of men. A lot of my friends said they can't settle down or don't want to get married. They say because, like you said, I think a lot of them are addicts and they're chasing that new sexual experience with women.
They're chasing that high.
It's not the same.
Yes.
Once you've been, what I'm trying to say is once you've been with a woman for quite some time, that excitement wears off. And these guys want new excitement in their life, that chase. And so what happens is these guys think they want to be in relationships or they think they want to be married. And that's gone, and all of a sudden they're either cheating or they're breaking it off, or whatever the case may be. But I don't want to get too vulgar, but there's other ways they said it. But pretty much nothing's like having new pee in their life. Yeah, that's what they say.
And that's what it is. So when someone says that, I never thought of
it that way. A lot of dudes say that
they're chasing the dopamine dump. Tell them to take a cold shower.
Yes, like me, I take a cold shower every day. But dude, I never looked at it that way. That's crazy. And I'm guilty of it when I was single. I'll be honest. I'd get tired. Maybe a couple months, I'll be with one chick and then out.
What about us 13 years in, though?
I know, because we developed emotional. We've been through some thick and thin, and we've been battle tested, man, in our relationship.
Yeah. But here's the thing, though, because when you build that emotional connection, you have to nurture it because it's not a guarantee that it's going to last.
No.
Okay? And what can break down that connection? Stress.
Yes.
So just as chemicals can rewire your brain when you're in love, stressors break down those bonds and reshape your brain too. Stress is something that can put the brakes on the positive emotions that you have with your partner. Some of those stressors like work, family, money. Obviously, if there's been infidelity in the relationship. Yeah. All of those stressors erode the bonds that were originally formed when you had that oxytocin and other related chemicals that rewired your brain to fall in love, to go from the high to the love.
Yeah.
I think it's so interesting.
This is interesting because I'm like, I never looked at it that way. Like, why is it that us men cheat? Knowing we have a good woman at home, knowing that's solid, but we're chasing that high, that excitement of being sneaky or sleeping with a new woman or whatever the case may be.
Well, when you have had infidelity, because you've been unfaithful in past relationships.
Yes, I have.
What were you chasing the high, right? Now, if you think about it
now. Yeah, because I'm an addict. I never looked at it that way. It's crazy. Addiction comes in all forms. We always say that. You never know.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's the excitement of a new woman, running around, getting to know her. Yeah.
It's crazy because it's chemical.
But I feel like we definitely do a lot more than you guys do it, men.
Yeah.
You guys do it on an emotional. You guys, women, I think, don't do it for the sexual purposes. A lot of times, I think women get an emotional connection with somebody. They're expressing their feelings to that person.
Because it depends. Women, I think the difference is, or it doesn't have to be just men or women, but when it's some people cheat because they don't have oxytocin from their partner. So they're looking for love. They want to find someone for oxytocin.
Gotcha.
Some people cheat because they're an addict chasing the high of the cheat.
Yes.
They're chasing the dopamine. And in a lot of cases, I think statistically, women cheat more so because they're trying to search for oxytocin that they're no longer getting from their mate because that chemical bond has been eroded due to stress or past infidelities or problems. Now, the good thing is, even if your chemical bond is eroded, it doesn't mean you can't get it back. And it just means that you have to know that in relationships, sometimes your chemical bond is stronger and sometimes it's weaker. But the difference is if you both want to work at it, then there's chance you can get it back. It doesn't mean that you necessarily can't get it back. The people that can't ever get it back are the people that never had that chemical bond. Their bond is based off of the high of the newness. Like the first year, even the first 2 years of a relationship.
How many times we've seen that?
It's a lot of the high of the relationship. The interesting thing is I think our courting and relationship and stuff kind of falls exactly into all of this. I do feel like we had that chemistry right off the bat. And then we had these commonalities and we had that kind of like lusty chemistry. Yeah. The oxytocin took time.
Yes.
To build, but it was like a slow build. And it was truly because of our common interests. We're very similar personalities. We wanted similar things. We liked to do similar things. And it just bonded us.
Yeah, you're right.
And then over time, life, instead of the stressors of life eroding our connection, I feel that the stressors that we've been through have made us closer.
Oh, we've been through stresses, all right.
Right.
My goodness,
Don't
to
you
say
think?
the least. Yeah, for sure.
We both have had big losses. We both lost our mothers.
Yes, I lost mine.
You've had your addiction struggles and things like that.
My mental health, 4 years plus going on. Yes, you brought me back to life.
Yeah, but
sure.
I do feel so.
It's been up and downs. I think people see us now. We look happy. We're working out. We look fit, but it ain't always been that way. Marriage is definitely a journey. It has its ups and downs, but I guess what kept us together, or we didn't break apart, was, what do you think? Just our connection.
Yeah, I do feel like we have a strong. Why? I'm going to tell you, because we are compatible as not mates. Even like we could be best friends.
You're right.
If we were not in a relationship, you'd be my best guy friend.
Yes.
That I would tell you all my stories.
You'd be my wing
to.
lady. Let's go hang out so we could go get other girls.
I honestly think why. Wow. It's because we have a good friendship.
Yeah.
And then we're lucky that we have amazing chemistry.
Yes.
So we have both. So it's like when one is not firing on all cylinders, we got the other, and vice versa. And then there are times when we have it all, and those are when things are great.
Mm-hmm. How that works. Never dissecting it like that. It's a trip.
Let's see what else here I got. Chemistry is born of several different factors: physical attraction, mental stimulation, and then shared values and interests. Sexual attraction may be especially important.
That's important.
The sexual attraction opens the door to romance.
Yep.
So that you got the attraction first and then the romance. Without the attraction, most relationships won't even get off the ground. They won't even get a second date.
100%. I agree with that. When I was single, I can attest to that. Plenty of times I went on these dating sites and met these women, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm out.
Yeah, and then the thing is, so the problem, and like you were saying, why people cheat is like when things are not shiny and new and mysterious, that chemistry that they were addicted to, it needs to be redefined. It has to change. I'm sorry. I hate to break it to you. No relationship on this earth will maintain that initial chemical dopamine, adrenaline dump. It just doesn't. So you have to redefine your chemistry. And you do that by shared sexual beliefs. So you have to have sexual compatibility.
Yes, 100%.
Very important.
That is important.
Preferences, desires, and needs in that department. And then just in everyday life, common interests, your values at your core, all of that stuff has to be aligned to have really an easier relationship.
Yeah, because look, before I got married to you, I had friends like, don't ever get married. Forget that. Oh, no, it's like having a job. It's like a job. It's a lot of work. You always hear people say it's a lot of, I don't feel like it's not a job. I don't feel like it's work or a job. We just flow the way we flow. We are who we are. You respect me, I respect you. And I don't try to boss you around like I'm your husband and you got to do it. And you don't try to, I'm your wife. You must do it. No, that kind of stuff. That creates a lot of rift in marriages and relationships.
That's compatibility.
That's not
just
good.
Because we are compatible.
Lucky.
But then all of this made me think of something. If all of this chemistry stuff and touch is important too, your body's literally will release.
Like you touching me and that feels good. Isn't that crazy? I'm like, don't touch me.
Yeah, and I don't like being touched. But you can touch me, but I don't like to be touched by most people. I'm weird about the touch.
Yeah.
But I almost can feel it. If you're really in tune with your body, you can feel the chemicals. You can feel the love. Listen, dogs, if you love animals, you have a constant pump of oxytocin.
Yes.
Because that's why they love you, by the way, because they know you love them.
Yes, they
because
feel it.
they smell the oxytocin.
Yes.
And that's why they get stressed out if they don't like someone or bark at someone, it's because that person probably doesn't like animals, sees them, releases cortisol.
Yep.
So then the dog knows, oh, this bitch doesn't like me. She's releasing cortisol. Where's the oxytocin? I'm going to go see my mama. My mama's got plenty of oxytocin.
You cannot fool animals. Let me tell you, again, if there's a burglar or a stranger comes in your house that's coming to do harm,
they know.
And you have a guard dog, that guard dog's gonna go like our boxer will go crazy. He's gonna want to attack that person.
They smell the chemicals.
Yes.
It's all chemicals, you guys. I swear,
it's
this
crazy.
stuff is crazy when you look into it. But it made me think about something. How then like dating apps and like people who form connections online? It's almost like two separate connections that you form. Like you have to, if you meet someone just online and you get into talking to them or whatever, and you fall in love with them online, guess what? You then, if you travel to go see them and you see them in person, it's almost like you have to start from scratch.
Yep.
Okay, is my body going to react to you chemically?
Yep.
Am I going to release the right chemicals?
Yep.
Am I attracted to you?
So true.
So that's why these dating apps and stuff
I've been there. I know what it's like. It's not the same. It's not the same as, listen, I've been there. I was on Plenty of Fish, that site. And yes, I met up with a few women off that site when I was single versus meeting someone in person off the back. The initial rip, no, it's way different.
Smell and touch are huge. I'm going to tell you something that I don't think I've probably ever told you before. The first time that you trained me, you touched me to fix my shoulder or something, and I felt a reaction to your touch.
Oh, because you had bad posture.
Yeah,
you always came forward.
And
I was
so
like,
you did this, and I felt like something was releasing.
Oh shit, that's crazy. Damn.
I don't think I've ever told you that, have I?
No. Look at you. Wow.
Yeah, like I felt something. I was like what
all
the
all the
hell?
ladies and people are gonna be like, I'm gonna pay attention to signs now and chemicals. Like, it is true though. We watch programs on it why certain people and body types are attracted to each other. And
I actually
why you have
want
to date on the same level.
I want to do an episode on that.
Yeah.
I'm going to go over that
That's
because
deep.
it's fascinating,
Yes, it
you
is.
guys. It is
The science.
fascinating.
Science is fascinating.
It is. But I love this chemical stuff because ever since I became more aware of it, I'm like, I get it. Like, I can feel my oxytocin.
And that's why, like, when you're compatible, somebody in the bedroom sexually, the chemicals are going apeshit. They're going crazy.
They are.
They're going crazy. And that's a good thing. And it's not a bad thing. And then sometimes I've been with women where it's not clicking. It's, no, this is just not working. It's not there. You can't force it either.
Yeah.
I used to wonder how do dudes sleep with prostitutes or hookers, like women that don't know because it's not the same. It's not there.
Yeah.
It's different.
I don't know.
I used to ask my boy, how the hell do you do that, bro? It's a complete stranger. You haven't even developed or bonded or nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
It's all chemicals though. Now looking back at it, wow.
It is. And especially because, let's be honest, like sex with a new person, now we've talked about this before, but sex with a new person is not all that great.
No, because you don't know each other yet. One or the other's uncomfortable.
Yeah, you're not comfortable to say, okay, move a little to the left or that.
Yeah, or I like it this way or that way or that. No, you're tight. You're tight and you're trying to feel each other out.
And you're like, oh my God, is he seeing my stretch marks? Or you're thinking,
oh my God,
I don't know. I just don't think it's the best when it's new.
No.
It's better
once
down the road.
Yes. Once you're comfortable with your mate, you guys can talk about what you both enjoy. And that's why it's important to put it out there.
And that's why a lot of times people will get drunk or something like that. Speaking of which, do you remember the time we went to San Francisco and we got so wasted that we in the morning didn't even remember how we got to our hotel room? We were in a hotel that had a weird way in order to get to our room. Do you remember that?
Kind of.
But I look around the room and there's clothes all over the place. Shoes, clothes. We were naked. So I was like, did we have sex? You're like, I don't know.
We were blasted. My good, a few times we were blasted, man.
You don't remember that? We were in like a weird hotel where we had to walk and take 2 different elevators. That's what tripped me out the most because I'm thinking, how did we make it to our room?
Isn't it weird how sometimes you're so up, but somehow you make your way to wherever you're supposed to make your way? How did you find your way back?
And you guys, I had this like knack that I would wake up in a panic and I would think, oh my God, my purse, my phone, my money, my ID, everything. And I'd look over to the side and everything was like neatly placed. Like I, in my drunken stupor, still knew okay, I'm going to put my purse down. I'm going to put my phone inside. Like sometimes I would even go as far as put things away. Like I would put my Louboutin heels back in the shoe bag. And I would because my autopilot brain to put things away to make sure I didn't lose anything would kick into gear. It was so
Remember
weird.
the W in Los Angeles? I lost a Hermes buckle. And it took a while. We were going crazy. We couldn't find it.
Yeah.
And we're like, question, did I drop it before I walked in the room? We're trying to backplay. We're so fucked up.
We ripped that room apart.
We finally found it, though.
Yeah, it
we were
was
stressing.
tucked in the side of the bed.
Like my goodness. Also,
yeah.
No more of those days.
Those were our party days. But see, sometimes, like, to me, that's honestly the type of sex you have when you're drunk is worthless because you don't remember it.
You don't. You had it, but you really don't remember it.
See this, we used to party too much.
We did a lot. Crazy. We're wild, man. We're some wild kids.
Now it's sober as Sally, and it's great because you remember every bit of it.
And the best part about it, wake up nice and fresh and ready for the gym.
Yeah.
Not all hungover and like, oh, what happened last night with a headache? Your head's just thumping.
Yeah, you're just wake up and you're ready to go.
Baseball bat, yep.
But I always have to have my snack out.
There's a snack over here. Has to have her snack. Used to make me go to the drive-thru. Remember that?
Yeah.
We'd go or order food or something. That's crazy.
You were always good about going and getting food for us.
Oh, yeah. No more of that.
No. Those days are over.
Over.
Anyways, guys, this chemistry stuff, I could go on and on about it. I hope you guys found it interesting. I find it interesting. I do want to, on a future episode, go into like how the physical attraction, specifically how physical attraction works, because there is science behind why I am attracted to certain person and why someone else is attracted to a certain person.
You're right.
Why men are attracted to women, et cetera, et cetera.
The way they're shaped, their hips, their buttocks.
All of that stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty interesting stuff. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of that stuff and if you'd be interested in hearing more about it. We'd love to interact with you guys in the comments. So make sure you let us know and we'll see you on the next one.